Coming up on the Jack Ringenberg Show, I sit down with Nick Henney, the CEO of 323 Media.
Started making videos really quickly for national clients like Disney, eBay, American Express, and so on.
To talk about how he started 323 Media.
Places that a kid from Columbia City never thought he would go, and I got to go there just because of my camera.
He also shares the best piece of advice he has ever received.
And I've tried to take that into all my productions too.
Then, later, we get a behind-the-scenes look into the production process of an episode of CHTV's Chromebook Tech Tips. Plus, an interview with the Park Pair, where we talk to them about what it took to create their latest film, Tomato Tail. That's coming up next. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Jack Ringenberg Show. Today, I'm your host, Jack Ringenberg. For those of you who don't know, I am one of CHTV's editing managers. I'm also an Apple guru. As you saw, we've had an action-packed show for you today. So let's start with the first interview with Nick Henney, CEO of the award-winning media company 323 Media. They've had clients such as Disney, Allstate, Volkswagen, and more. Here's Nick Henney, everyone. So Nick, what inspired you to start 323 Media?
I started doing video work when I was 15 in high school. I was lucky enough that my high school had a high school TV station. And so I was playing with video for a really long time before I was able to make 323 a realization. I always wanted to do video full time, as I always said it. And people said, what does that mean? And I said, I don't really know yet. And then when I graduated college, I got really lucky and got hooked up very quickly with a large agency out of Philadelphia and started making videos really quickly for national clients like Disney, eBay, American Express, and so on. And so from that point, it just became a business out of luck, kind of,
Yeah. And where did the name 323 Media come from?
So in college, I had an apartment on the second floor in a building in Columbia City. And in order to get to my apartment, you had to go through 3 doors and up 23 steps to get to my apartment. So 323. So my cousin one day said that it's really cool and you should name your company 323 Media. And so that's what I did. Interesting side note is that 323 is also the area code for the greater Los Angeles area. And I didn't know that at the time, but I've actually gotten some work because people think I'm based out of LA.
Oh yeah, that's funny. And how did big companies like Disney, Allstate, and Volkswagen hear about your company?
Okay, yeah. So when I was in college, I started working for a local Fort Wayne company called Aptera. They're no longer around, but I got hired as their video guy. They were an up-and-coming website building company, and they wanted to put video on websites, which was like this new thing because that's how old I am. And so I was working with them, making videos for all these different websites and using their equipment. The owner of the company was really cool and let me use his equipment. And that was the first generation Canon 7D DSLR cameras. It was unbelievable. And so we were using very affordable cameras to make very affordable videos. And one day, a friend at IPFW, the college I went to, was looking at this website and he said it's called Pop Tent. It stands for popular content, and they put you in touch with real brands. He was looking at a Butterfinger commercial, and he was making a commercial for Butterfinger. And so I was like, I can do that. That sounds awesome. So a buddy of mine put together a couple videos, and on July 7th of 2011, I sold my first commercial to a national brand, and that was PayPal. I invented a character called Patron 3000, and we made like a big cardboard costume covered in aluminum foil and reflectors and painted his face silver. And we
That's
made
fun.
Patreon 3000 commercials, and we sold those to Patreon. We sold those to PayPal. And then that was our first sale with this agency that hooked people up called Pop Tent. And then for the next 3 months, we sold at least 2 commercials a month for the next 3 months. And we very quickly became their top seller. And so we got to work with a lot of, and we didn't work directly with the brands, which was actually kind of great. We lived in Columbia City, Indiana, and we lived in the middle of nowhere. We're these small town guys. And we just dealt with Pop Tent out of Philadelphia. And then Pop Tent dealt with all of the big brands and all of the weird changes and requests. And it was really fun because the people in Philadelphia were cool. We got to go out there and meet them a bunch. And we got to say that we worked with Dole. We got to work with Build-A-Bear on the launch of a new bear. We got to work with Billy Blanks, which is a guy that you probably don't know, but your teacher might. He was an infomercial Tybo workout guy in the 90s. Let's see, what else do we get to do? We got to travel just all over the country and just make really funny videos.
That's pretty cool, yeah. What's your favorite project you've worked on?
You asked me that earlier. I've been trying to think about it. It's probably the project where we got to go to Napa Valley. It's in Northern California for a whole week. And we got to just live the rich and famous lifestyle. We got to go to all the best restaurants and drink wine and go to see shows. But we had to film the whole way along. But that was almost even cooler because we got to see behind the scenes. We got to go behind where other people couldn't go into wineries and see how it was all done. We got to go out into the vineyards and fly drones around in the most beautiful landscape in America. And then on the way to the airport, we had time to stop into the redwood forest and see the redwoods for the first time. I got to see the Golden Gate Bridge. Just places that a kid from Columbia City never thought he would go. And I got to go there just because of my camera.
That's pretty cool, yeah. What current projects are you working on? Like, I know you have True Metal Grilling. Is there anything like else?
Yeah, right now with 323 Media, we're working with a couple clients, and we're actually getting into marketing and becoming a full agency. But videos right now, I have a really fun series of videos coming out called We Are the Water People. And I'm getting to work on that with Max, where he's doing the animation of the water people, and I'm doing the live filming. I'm working with a home inspector. I'm doing a fun series of videos with him. Man. Oh, I also work with another client, trucking client. So I'm making video content for their trade show booth. And they've got 3 giant monitors that I convinced them to buy. And there'll be 2 monitors mounted vertically on the side, like rear view mirrors, and 1 monitor in the front, like a regular TV. And it'll look like a semi-truck driving down the road. So I have to find a semi-truck manufacturer nearby. I have to convince them to let me borrow or rent a semi-truck for a day and hook all my camera equipment to it in a safe enough manner to drive it down the highway to gather high definition footage to be able to put on. And I've never done that before. So,
oh my goodness, I'm so excited to see that. What is the typical process of creating a project from the idea to hitting the export button?
Yeah, you ask the client a million questions. You just keep asking them questions. Why do you want to make this video? What is the purpose of this video? What message are you trying to get across? Who's your audience? What do you want them to do? What's the purpose of this video? You just keep asking those questions. So you finally get down to a call to action. Click this button, sign up for free something, come to my restaurant, whatever it is. You got to figure out what the end goal of this video is. And then you just start having fun with it. You start talking to your family, you start talking to friends, you start writing stuff out. Typically you'll have that inspiration moment of like, oh, it'd be funny.
Yeah.
And then that leads into whatever the video is, or, it'd be fun, or, oh, how we could do that. And then a good collaborator will say that to their client and then hear what the client says back and be able to change your idea to mold their vision. You don't just hold on to your idea, you mold to their vision and their purpose. Yeah. And then you have to look around and see what's actually possible. I had a video teacher once that said, besides no swearing and no violence, there's also no helicopter scenes and no explosions. Oh, why? Because we don't have helicopters and we don't have explosions. So you have to write scenes that you can actually film. No car chases, no gunfights. You have to actually think what's possible, and then you have to think who's available. I have a stable of actors in Fort Wayne and surrounding areas of who's best for this role. When I write this, who do I see playing this part? You make sure that their schedules line up, because most of these people do this part-time.
Yeah.
They're aspiring actors or they're part-time actors, so you have to work around their work schedules, and then you film it, and then you bring it home and you edit it down, you send it to the client, they like it or don't, you change it around, you hit export. And sometimes that's as little as 24 hours, sometimes that's as long as 6 months. I just got done working with the Embassy Theater on a project that's been going for a little over 6 months now.
Wow.
And we just finally got it to a point where we can call it done.
What is the best piece of advice you've received?
I've received? When I first started selling all of those videos to big clients, and I thought I was making so much money, I was going to go buy all the equipment. I was going to buy all the cameras and all the lenses and all the everything. And I just happened to be at one of my friend's house, and his accountant was there, and he was listening to me tell the story. And he said, why would you do that? And I said, because I want a camera. I want it to be mine. And he's like, but you have a camera from your work and you're using that and making money and everything seems to be working. Well, yeah. And he said, do you have $10,000 in the bank? And I said, no. He said, don't make any moves until you have $10,000 in the bank. Don't just go waste your money. And I've tried to take that into all my productions too. A lot of my productions, I make sure my actors are very, very well paid, but I also don't overcharge my clients. And so that little piece of money advice has stuck with me a lot, of just be smart with your budgets, be smart with your finances, and you'll go a lot farther than trying to be big and flashy right out of the gate.
Yeah. And what advice, like on the flip side, would you give to young filmmakers?
Just make videos. Just keep going and making them. It's great to study them. It's great to talk about them. But if you really want to make videos, just go make them. Just go have fun and make them with your friends. Find the other people who want to make those and make them with them, and just have as much fun as you can while you can, before you have to make money with it.
And where can people find you, like social media, your website, YouTube, etc.?
I try to have people not find me. I hang out in the wood. No, I'm just kidding. 323media.net is my website. And then I'm 323media on Facebook, because I am that old. And that's about it. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, man. Talk to you later.
Yeah, talk to you soon. Thank you, Nick. Up next, we have a behind-the-scenes look at CHTV's brand new series, CHTV's Chromebook Tech Tips. We'll be right back. Hi, my name is Jack. I'm a Mac user. I really love the Mac because it's part of Apple's perfect ecosystem. I love how I can seamlessly copy something from my Mac and then paste it onto my phone. The design of Macs is another thing I really love. I love how all Macs are so beautifully designed to look not only great, but to function great too. My name is Jack Ringenberg, and that's why I like Mac.
Everyone
Welcome back. Last month, CHTV started airing episodes of their new series, CHTV's Chromebook Tech Tips. This series revolves around the idea of helping teach students things they might not have known about their new Chromebooks. To celebrate the launch of the new series, we're going to take you on a behind-the-scenes look at the production process of an episode. Let's take a look. Hello, and welcome to Behind the Scenes of CHTV's Chromebook Tech Tips. Today, I'm going to be showing you the production process of one of these episodes. Currently, we're in the first step of writing one of these episodes, the writer's room. This is where all of CHTV Chromebook Tech Tips episodes are written. To start writing an episode, I first look at my idea sheet. This idea sheet has all the episodes for potential episodes we can make for CHTV's Chromebook Tech Tips. Today, I'm writing an episode about how to turn on the caps lock on your Chromebook. These episodes, for better or worse, are very formulaic. They always start with an intro explaining what you're about to learn about.
I'm Jack, and today I will be teaching you how to take a screenshot on your Chromebook.
They have the middle of talking about the thing that you're learning about.
You're able to take a full screen screenshot, a full window screenshot. You are also able to take partial screenshots of stuff on the screen.
And then the end where they recap what you just learned.
And that's how you take a screenshot on your Chromebook.
For each episode, I always do some research. I always make sure I know the best and easiest way to do the tip that I'm describing. I will also occasionally ask some peers what they think of the tip. For example, if a lot of people didn't know how to turn on the caps lock on their Chromebook, I would definitely make an episode about that because a lot of people wouldn't know that tip. After the script is written, the episode heads into production. Let's go over there now. The next step in the creation of an episode is filming. We film in CHTV's editing suite, the Mac Lab. On filming days, we try to typically film 4 episodes at a time. When we're filming, I have the script right here on my Chromebook, and I have the camera right there. And then typically there's someone behind the camera cueing me and such. Once everything's set up, we start to film. After we film, we take the footage from the phone and airdrop it to the Mac for editing. Welcome to the editing department. My name is Editor Jack, and I am one of CHTV's editing managers. Today I will be showing you how we edit an episode of CHTV's Chromebook Tech Tips. So first I import the footage. Next, I fix any audio and color issues. Then I add the opening titles. Next, I find the best takes and add necessary titles to those takes. After that, I add music and time it up with the closing titles. Finally, I export it and share it with the CHTV executives. And that's how an episode of CHTV's Chromebook Tech Tips is created. Back to you, Jack. Thanks, Jack. Wasn't that cool to see the behind the scenes of an episode of CHTV's Chromebook Tech Tips? You can stream all episodes of CHTV's Chromebook Tech Tips at jackringenberg.com. When we come back, we'll be talking to the award-winning team behind the new film, A Tomato Tale. We'll be right back. Gone are the days of hassling with your wallet at checkout. My name is Jack, and you're watching The Jack Ringenberg Show. Take that, Disney. Welcome back. I'm joined right now with Max and Violet Park, the creators of the new film, A Tomato Tale. Let's take a look at the trailer for this brand new film.
What happens when your life is overturned? Trey is a veggie, or thinks he is.
I'm a tomato, a veggie, living free. Good morning, Dad.
Morning, son. You mind grabbing the paper?
Of course, Dad. Fruit! I'm a fruit? Dear parents, I'm going to be leafing for a while to find myself. I have to know my roots, but I promise I'll be back.
I have something to show you.
What exactly am I looking at?
It's a map.
A map?
It should lead you right to the great and knowledgeable Tree of Truth.
The great knowledgeable Tree of Truth, but how do they know about that? Code Red. Pineapple!
Help!
From the Park Pair, the first ever live action
Best
musical,
friend Trey and Matt.
Will you stop?
romance, adventure comedy produce featurette. Pineapple. Made for tomatoes, by tomatoes,
Banana nanners nana banana.
with tomatoes.
He's red as a tomato right now.
Coming soon.
All right, let's gooby go.
Hi, Max. Hi, Violet. So, without giving anything away, what is the plot of this film?
Do you like to take this one?
Yes. So the main plot follows our main character, Trey the tomato, when he finds out that while he's been raised a veggie, tomatoes are actually considered fruits. In an effort to find out more about himself and be less confused, he goes to the only other tomato in town, Mr. Gardner, who gives him a map to a great and knowledgeable tree of truth, who is rumored to have this to everything. And that leads Trey on a journey where he finds friendship and love and answers.
Me.
You have to watch it and find out.
Mm-hmm. But that's the gist of it.
Yeah.
And the entire cast is produce.
What was the inspiration for this project?
The inspiration.
So funny enough, a bit ago we made another video called The Bread Sherlock Home.
The Adventures of Sherlock, which was also done entirely with food puppeting.
So we wanted to do something like that again. While we were brainstorming, we started kind of divulging and making some jokes about how tomatoes are considered fruits, considered vegetables,
But they're
actually fruits. And we were joking
Mhm.
around about that. And then we were like, that's a plot.
And it all
Yeah.
started with the song Am I a Man or Am I a Muppet? We wanted to do a parody of that song where it's a tomato and he's singing Am I a Fruit or Am I? From there, we were like, oh, well, what if we did a whole musical about this? And so it all sense. And then eventually we cut that song out because of parody. And instead we went all original songs. But that's kind of how we got to the...
Yeah.
And how long has it taken it to create this project?
10 months.
Yeah.
Start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
And Violet, how was it working with your brother Max? Did you have any disagreements?
It's very easy to work with a sibling because we're close enough that if he has an idea that I don't like or I have an idea he doesn't like, we can be pretty blunt and honest.
Yeah.
So honestly, there wasn't really any...
There weren't major decisions that couldn't agree upon. Eventually we would come to a decision.
Awesome. When we come back, we'll be learning more about the musical aspect of A Tomato Tale. We'll be right back.
Show with a 5-minute meditation that can help you develop an attitude of gratitude. Now, start to notice the subtle rise of your abdomen as you breathe in, and notice the gentle fall as you exhale. Thank you for taking this time to pause and meditate on gratitude. Be well. See you next time.
If you want more Jack content, visit us online at jackringenberg.com. We have tons of videos. We have lots of exclusive content too, such as a behind the scenes series about the show you're watching right now, the Jack Ringenberg Show. In addition to that, we have a ton of educational series like Tech Trivia and CHTV's Chromebook Tech Tips. And we are always expanding our lineup. Just this year alone, we've produced hours of brand new content for you, the viewer at home. So check us out online at jackringenberg.com for all the latest Jack content. This is the story of 3 little rings: the move ring, the exercise ring, and the stand ring. The purpose of the stand ring is to help you stand more often. Studies show that sitting for too long can lead to health problems. In fact, it has been proven that you are more likely to develop depression, dementia, and Alzheimer's if you sit for more than 7 hours a day. The exercise ring is focused on trying to get you moving for more than 30 minutes a day. Exercising each day can have many benefits on your health. Studies show that exercising each day for at least 30 minutes can help minimize the chance of stroke, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and weight gain. Finally, there's the move ring. Any activities that you do during the day, such as walking your dog, gardening, biking, and so much more. The end.
Welcome back. We're talking with the creators of A Tomato Tale about their brand new film. So Max and Violet, how have you kept the project local? Like, I know it's supposed to take place in Georgia, but how have you kept it uniquely Fort Wayne?
So we actually, while almost all the music in the film is original, we have one by a local band called the Dance, and that is a little bit of travel music while Trey's on his journey. We used people from all over town, all our friends and family in the film.
Mhm.
We've shot everything at local parks.
Frankie Park,
Lindenwood.
Lindenwood, at our house in our neighborhood.
Park House.
Yeah, locally in Fort Wayne. We got local celebrity Marty Wright,
And Courtney.
and Courtney White, Marty Wright and Courtney White, so Marty Wright was the first African-American news anchor in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Oh.
So we got her to voice one of the news anchors, which was amazing. And then White is a comedian, and he voices the second news anchor. So they're two like local celebrities, I would say.
Mhm.
In a
We got
awesome with them. And like she said, the Debutantes, which they're an up and coming newgrass style band, and they're really good. We wanted to support them with their music. Anything else? Mainly just keeping it all local.
Yeah.
Like, it's been really fun.
We use local produce.
We did use local produce.
And Max, what was it like scoring a project of this length? Because, like, I know you've scored smaller projects before, but this one is a lot longer than that, obviously. Like, what was that process like?
It was completely more time consuming. It was where the Snowflakes video was pretty plotted out as far as go. Like, that video was almost based on the music entirely. Whereas this was, we filmed and edited the whole thing, and then I was like, okay, now I have to put the score in there as well. And it was interesting to figure out how to hit all the high points and what's in each scene. Because where a song, you have the lyrics in just a soundtrack with the score, you have to think how the instrumentals build and how they. So it was definitely a process, but it was fun, and I learned a lot. I did all the scoring in GarageBand just with a keyboard plugged into my computer.
Oh, wow.
And it just shows how much you can do. Yeah, simple programs and just some time and creativity.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really fun. I enjoyed it. I can't wait to do the next score.
And yeah, from what I've heard from the film already, the score sounds amazing. So, Max and Violet, after doing this project, are there any other projects you might consider doing?
What we're doing next is going to be a puppet superhero video.
Where Violet is a human, but then her superpower is she turns into a puppet with superpowers. And
That's
speaking
awesome.
of puppets,
We have the puppet here.
but yeah, that's our next project. It hasn't been written yet or anything, but those are ideas that we're bouncing around.
And is there anything I haven't asked that you think viewers should know, like about the film or about your company or anything like that?
So they'll be able to watch it on our YouTube channel called The Pair, spelled P-A-I-R, not the fruit. We will have links to it on our Instagram, Tomato Tail Official.
Yep, it'll premiere the same day as the live screening.
So November 18th.
Yep, Friday, November 18th at like 7:30 p.m.
It's family friendly, very funny, catchy songs. I think everyone would. So.
And it'll just be a fun time.
Well, Max and Violet, thank you so much for your time. You can stream a Tomato Tail on Max's YouTube channel or at the link shown on the screen right there. We'll be right back. Do you wish there was a Jack's Portfolio Plus option, one that didn't include ads? Well, too bad you're stuck with the ads. Enjoy the next few ads. Gone are the days of having to count to 20 when washing your hands. Introducing the next generation in water bottle technology, the Hydrate Spark Pro. With advanced sensors that can detect when you drink water. Using Bluetooth technology, the amount of water you drink syncs to the Hydrate app. Additionally, this data syncs to the Health app on your iPhone. The Hydrate Spark can also intelligently create goals for how much water you should be drinking each day. The app accomplishes this by using a myriad of different resources, such as the weather, your personal parameters, and your fitness level. And throughout the day, the app will send you reminders to drink water. The Hydrate Spark also features a battery that can last for over a week. And when you need to charge it, it's as easy as... That's the Hydrate Spark Pro. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching today's show. It has been a blast to do this. And now, like when you're playing the game Loaded Questions and you get the question, who is someone you're surprised got their own talk show? You could say Jack. Anyway, thanks again for watching. For more Jack content, you can visit me online at jackringenberg.com. Until next time, goodbye.